here from HPP CARES, and I am so excited to talk with Kamal from Breakthrough Builders. He's going to tell us all things about their one-stop shop with ADUs, their niche. He's going to talk about how they handle clients and take them through the journey. We have so many homeowners that sing their praise, and we want to make sure that participants like you that are listening that possibly haven't started your projects know about Kamal and Breakthrough Builders and how they in turn can help you build your ADU. Kamal, take the floor and let us know everything about Breakthrough Builders.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for the opportunity. I'm somewhat different than the other general contractors you've worked with or other ADU companies you've worked with. I started out in the tech industry. I'm a product of, Silicon Valley here. Started out as an engineer, then product manager. I've worked in big corporations. I've run projects that are as big as $2 billion and $3 billion in size. These type of projects require a lot of effective project management, lots of effective communication, tracking, all these things. So we've actually adopted all these capabilities, and we follow these capabilities and principles in our construction business. And that has worked really well for us. So in terms of what we do, we primarily started out as a home builder. We still build usually 3 custom homes or more every year. And then we build a whole bunch of ADUs. And sometimes our home building project requires either an attached ADU or a detached ADU. So we do that, but then sometimes customers approach us just for ADUs and we build them.
Wonderful, wonderful. I see a beautiful image of an ADU behind you. That's amazing work that your firm has done. And the participants have worked with you, have sang your praises just with regards to your process. So what I'd like for you to tell our viewing audience is what is the process when someone were to pick up the phone and call Breakthrough Builders? What they experience? What should they do to prepare for that experience? Let us know some of those details.
Great question. First thing we do is we try to, if it's a phone call, we answer right away. If they approach us through our website, our goal is to respond to them within a couple hours, and we're meeting those goals. Typically, customers have questions like, I don't know where to start, or I have plans from this architect. How much will this ADU cost? And we answer those as soon as possible. We have some internal metrics that we track. So we want to provide estimates within a week. We want to provide responses right away. Once a project is permitted, we want to start that project right away within that same week. So we track to all these internal metrics.
Wow. Listen to those turn times. Within hours of a call, within a week, we can start the process. That's wonderful to know. And that would be a junior ADU, attached or detached. Are those some of your opportunities that you offer?
Yes. In addition to being entire homes, we build all these types of ADUs. We really don't care what type of ADU it is. For us, it's a construction project. And sometimes a customer even says, while you're building this ADU for us, we also want you to do a home addition, or we want you to remodel a certain part of the home. So for ADU customers, we also provide that service.
That's interesting that you brought that up because we have found that tends to get people going. As soon as they start the ADU project, they get the construction bug, as we would say, and they want to improve their kitchen. They want to improve and do here and there's because they're, in it and realizing they want to maximize or, revamp their spaces. How does your team set the proper expectations for people who are interested in that? Because when they get the bug, they want. How do you make sure that there's a proper checks and balances so nothing gets lost in translations with your services?
Absolutely. To your former point, when people see how beautiful the kitchens and bathrooms are in our ADUs, look at the ADU behind me. That's something we built in Palo Alto. So when we build an ADU, we don't want to take away from the home. We want the ADU to enhance the home. We want it to appear as if the ADU and the detached ADU or attached ADU and the home were built at the same time with the same look and feel. And our customers love that. So When a customer looks at the quality of our finishes, the quality of our exteriors, then they say, wow, why can't my bathroom in the home be like that? Why can't I remodel my kitchen like that? As a result, we've ended up doing 3 to 4 projects with the same customer
Mm.
because you want to do this, as you were saying, and then they want to do that. So, how we contain their excitement and how we bring reality to the project is we want, first of all, everything itemized. We want to have a very tight scope of work so that there's no disagreement later on. And we want to bid against a very clear scope of work. And how we do it, again, this is where my corporate background helps. We write down everything. We do a lot of back and forth with the customer so that we both agree on the scope of work, and then we start the estimation process. And then sometimes if they want compromises, or if we do this versus do that, then we decide that, and we jointly agree on it. But everything is done in a very methodical, structured way in a written form. So there's
Mhm.
no later on, there's no such discussion as I told you this and I told you that. None of that happens because everything is written down.
I tell you, you should write the book and the code that contractors stand by, because that is unfortunately sometimes the sad side of this. We have many ADUers who go into this doing the ADU, they get the construction bug and they want to do the little projects here and there. And unfortunately, some contractors don't follow that rule. And so it is so refreshing to know a preferred partner like you follows that rule to say, wait a minute, I know we're all excited. Let's contain our excitement. I love that. And then start to set proper expectations. So I really enjoy that. And that's why I wanted us to do this call and to have this conversation, because it's just educating the public as a whole that yes, it's exciting to get into this, but you do need to slow down and set proper expectations, not only with your scope of work, but also with your budgets. Because, hey, you would think it would be a simple bathroom remodel and you find out that there's rot once you start to pull back and expose the walls, which can also have additional costs. So that is amazing. It seems like you go the extra mile with customers with the extra back and forth setting it up. Is that a fair statement?
It's completely fair. And, the reasons we do this, right? A, we want customers to be very satisfied because we deliver what we promised. B, we don't want to be in trouble because there are laws around it. We have to submit a written contract. We have to submit, everything in writing. The plans are given to us, in PDF form. We conform to those plans. And then when it comes to providing a budget, we provide a written budget. We provide an itemized budget. So a customer knows how much they'll spend on the foundation, how much they'll spend, on framing, drywall, insulation, electrical, plumbing. A lot of contractors don't give you an itemized quote. So
Mm.
later on, when you get a bill, you don't really know what that invoice is for. Our invoices correspond very tightly to the estimate or the bid that we provide. So, and that's agreed upon and that's signed by both parties. So that way we reduce any possibility of, argument, misunderstanding, and we conform to the law. By the way, since we're talking about the law, I'm not a lawyer, but we conform to as best as we understand the law. So the law doesn't allow contractors to charge more than $1,000 of advance. What we do, we don't even charge advances. We do the work first, the work gets inspected, then we invoice our customers. So our
Mm.
customers always know that the work is done. I'm not painting some picture or giving them some pie in the sky idea that we did this. Whatever we did, it's right there in front of them. It's been inspected by the city. So there's no
I
argument.
love that. I love that. I wish more contractors would follow that sort of code. Unfortunately, they have a different creed that they live by. But again, that's why we wanted and chose you and your organization as one that we would showcase, because you do it right and you do it to a different beat. That used to be the day of the old, and things have changed because just things have changed. And we won't go down that rabbit hole, but I can appreciate the fact that you have the work done and then you have the city inspector sign off on that work. And that speaks volumes, because you feel like if the city doesn't sign off, we're not worthy to get our invoice as of yet,
Right.
because that portion is not complete.
Right.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Excellent.
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
that's our culture. We work with a very high degree of accountability, and that way we always deliver on our promises, and we have 100% track record of success.
What is your take on your subcontractors? Are all of them licensed as well, or how do you work with your subs, or are they all just a part of Breakthrough as a corporation? Explain that to our viewers.
Good question. And we are very transparent with our customers. First of all, I should also tell you, a lot of customers think that hiring a sub is a bad thing. We should scratch that thought. So let's say I hire a sub. Before I bring a sub to a job site, I should understand it's my neck on the line. I have the contract with the customer. I'm responsible for delivering and performance of the work. So if I bring a sub, that sub is basically representing me. If that sub fails, that means that I failed. A lot of people think that if a contractor hires a sub, it's a bad thing, and that's a strike against the contractor. Well, I got news for those customers. Do a survey of some of the biggest companies, construction companies. A lot of them hire all subs. Their only employees are the people in the office. Everyone else is a sub. And these companies are doing a great job. They're very successful. Now, to come back to the question that you were asking specifically, almost all the work that we do, we self-perform. We hire subs in 4 key areas. We don't build swimming pools, so we hire always. And again, when we hire a sub, we vetted them on multiple projects, so we don't bring an unknown sub to a project. It's too big of a risk for us and for the customer, so we only would bring a vetted sub to a project. So we don't build swimming pools. Today, we don't do solar panels. We will bring a sub to do solar panels. Today, we don't do fire sprinklers. We will bring a sub to do fire sprinklers. And if the HVAC work is really complicated, we may give it to a sub. Otherwise, we even self-perform the HVAC work. Other than that, we basically manage our own crew and manage our own schedules, and that allows us to run a very tight ship.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a breath of fresh air. As you can imagine, we have so many projects we're actively doing, and we have those that aren't ready to go, and they're looking for this type of professionalism with their projects. What would be 2 things that you would want our viewers to know that you continually see, and from watching this video, they could take away to remember as they start their project and potentially pick up the phone and call your firm?
We know that construction is difficult. We do multiple projects at once. For a customer, let's say a homeowner, because we work with both homeowners and investors, for a homeowner, they will likely build one ADU once. We are building multiple ADUs every year. So for anything that comes our way, we know how to deal with it. And I can give you some examples of some really difficult situations that we have been able to overcome with ADUs. It'll be a good discussion. But let's come back to the customer. In their lifetime, they will likely build one ADU for the home they're living in, unless they change homes, every few years. So anything that comes to that customer is difficult. The city may say, we need a soils report, we need a grading and drainage plan. We want to make sure the ADU is accessible by an ambulance or a fire truck. And the customer goes, how does this happen? How do we do this? How do I find a soils engineer? How do I find a septic engineer? My home is in the middle of nowhere. I have a septic system. The county wants me to upgrade it. How do I do it? Who's going to design it? So we know that this is a difficult process for customers, and especially when it comes down to electrical supply, service upgrades, different meters, different panels. All this can be a nightmare. So the way we offer our services to our customers, we have a handle on all of these things. We have a really good network of engineers. Pretty much any engineer you can think of, we have them in our network. We've worked with them before because we also build homes. So if you need a surveyor, we know exactly which surveyor to refer to this project. You need a soils engineer, we know exactly which soils engineer for that city or that county. So that way, we we really don't make money doing this. We do this as a service to our customers so that they don't get a headache by trying to do all this in an unknown environment. So we bring this whole team together for each project, and that way the project moves forward. It's in the hands of a bunch of professionals who have done this before. At the end of the day, our customer succeeds. That is the spirit with which we work.
I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that you are A, transparent, you're B, adding that extra service to protect all parties involved right out the gate. It's no surprises, or we're going to hopefully bring in a grader or engineer or this person or that. You're immediately bringing them in so that your entire team knows a complete true assessment of that project that you're working on. That's excellent. What areas do you support for your business? What is it? Certain counties, certain cities? Could you share with us, please?
Yes, absolutely. We work in a pretty wide area. We are based in the peninsula. We work from South San Francisco all the way to Gilroy. And
Okay.
then to the east, we'll go as far as Fremont and Hayward. But we also, for home projects, we also will go to places like Pleasanton and Dublin. So sometimes we make exceptions to the rule.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I am thoroughly impressed, and I am honored that you were able to carve out time to talk with us today, and to share some treasured information and resources. Give us two takeaways, as well as how one can schedule an appointment and get a hold of you if they're interested in moving directly with you as the initial contractor, and or if they've got a contract that they're not too pleased with and they want to cease relations there and bring business to you.
Absolutely. The first takeaway is most customers think it's only about the price. And most customers look for the cheapest way to do things. And then they'll go to platforms like Meta or Facebook and start looking for people. That's where they find sometimes the cheapest people, and it's the cheapest person who gets you into trouble, whether it's in the permitting stage or in the construction stage. So the first takeaway is work with people who think professionally, who bring a team of professionals to you, who think first about de-risking the work by providing the best value to you, the highest quality value to you. And it's not that you'll be paying us double as you'll be paying somebody else. We will not charge you double of what somebody else charges, but we'll not be the cheapest guys either. So think of it not just in terms of saving money, but in terms of protecting your investment, protecting your time, as well as building a beautiful ADU that you'll be proud of forever. Second takeaway, look for people who are capable. Look at how we manage our projects, look at how we report progress, look at how we report progress both in terms of schedules and budgets. And by the way, we also have a great track record of meeting all our budgets. We have not exceeded our budgets except in cases when a customer wants us to do something different. We don't exceed our budget because we're very careful in giving you a very well thought through bid. A lot of architects and customers have told us how well thought through our bids are and how much detail we go into in looking at plans. Those are the two key takeaways. And in terms of how you contact us, our phone number is 408-461-9956. You can certainly contact us. My email is on my website. So it's all very transparent. And again, as you work with us, you'll find it's a very transparent way to work with us.
Well, I tell you, it has been a true treat and treasure. And I can see the breakthrough work that Breakthrough Builders is doing up north And I just hope that others pick up the trades and successes that you offer the participants. So any of our ADUers out there that haven't quite started and are in the area, be sure to reach out to Kamal at Breakthrough Builders, where they in turn can take you from A to Z and set it all up for you. Thank you again, Kamal, for your time today. It has been truly an honor to speak with you.